Happy freaking Tuesday, everybody. Just finishing up some work, hanging out in Jade, trying not to get wet, trying not to get the computer wet. The rain actually soaks this whole side of the seat, so I'm chilling on the center console trying to stay dry. Oh yeah, gotta love it. I'm thinking about draping a tarp over the sides so then the rain stays away from the seats. I was getting soaked. We got our sleeping bag shoved in back, staying dry because around 6 a.m. this morning it started pouring out. And so we've been pretty much cooped up in the Jeep. I think Ben just went, he's walking around. But I've been pretty much hanging out in Jade editing and kind of waiting the rain out, but it hasn't let up at all. So our plan today, we'd like to explore this road right here. We found this road last night. We haven't ventured past this point, but it branches off quite a bit. So there's a lot to explore out here. It's a beautiful forest. Just dealing with the rain today, so we'll see how much footage we can get. Really can't fly the drone out here, and I can pretty much only use the GoPro if it's gonna be raining all day, so we'll see. But we'll do our best and try to get a little venture on. We've been following this road for about an hour, and it looks like it's going to lead into Mount Toby State Forest. So this is probably a back entrance or something, but there's really no signs or anything like that, and it seems to be pretty well maintained, no trash. So I'm not going to tell you guys exactly where this is. I want to be respectful of the locals and their trails and keep it on the hush hush. But if you guys go out searching, that's how I find a lot of these trails. And, you know, obviously leave it better than how you found it. We got to take care of getting our sleeping bags dry, doing laundry, hit up the gym, shower, and get food. We're out of food and propane, so we need to go get some things. But if we weren't, we would continue. But we're gonna head into town, switch drivers. Ben's got to get some playtime now in Jade, but what a beautiful misty forest. Flash forward not even 5 minutes later, I was looking for a place to turn around, and I just found this campsite. Remnants of an old fire pit, actual firewood too. But man, there's trails all in here. They go everywhere. This is a cool camping spot though. We may end up coming back to it. We'll have to see. There you go. And now you hit another tree. Classic. There we go. Crawling in the sleeping bag, sleep around the ground tonight, just had some dinner. Look at Annie, she's got a giant head, she's like Clifford size. The lighting is hilarious. Yeah, Anners, you're huge. She's only 15 pounds, so now she's like 250 pounds. We got our rain suits hanging up, drying. Airing out. Good night, Anners. She's wet, otherwise she'd be sleeping in here with me, but these mummy bags, they'll keep you warm. Time to go to sleep. Good night. Running no doors or top on Jade for the last 6 months has consisted of a lot of trial and error. But once we acquired the proper rain gear, kind of alleviated the elements to somewhat of a degree. But the cold weather is moving in, and even though we had these one-piece Carhartt coveralls, as soon as those puppies got wet, it was game over. We should have threw the sleeping bags in the dry bag right away, and we should have threw our rain gear over these right away, and we didn't. So we paid the price, and really just driving around all day exploring the woods, we started getting real cold real fast. We ended up basically having to go back and dry everything, or we would have been, I mean, it just would have been a really miserable night. The cold factor is one thing, but the wet factor I think is even more dangerous. Just from my experience going through this now, doesn't matter how warm of gear you have on, if it's not water resistant, it's gonna get wet and then it becomes useless. Having this configuration on Jade does make it more challenging, and that's what I love about it. Do I want to die of hypothermia? No, I'd like to avoid that. But I'm gonna have to stay on my game. I'm gonna have to, you know, adapt with the conditions. And every day is a little bit different. You gotta react quickly too. Mother Nature does not care, and she's always gonna win. Proper gear, proper layers. You want everything to stay dry or becomes useless. So this was a good learning experience for us. So learn from our mistakes. But at the end of the day, so happy we stumbled upon that road out in the magical forest. Really beautiful area of Massachusetts. And I'm gonna end this video with a thank you to Jeffrey Denker, who recently became a Patreon pledge. Jeffrey, thank you so much for the support and helping to keep us on the road, man. Really appreciate it.